just fantastic. Honor the boys and girls and all the coaches and everybody that participates in our winter sports program. Before we get started, we'll just kind of follow the program. I'll introduce the first one. We can just kind of follow right on down the line. When it's all said and done, there are refreshments in the cafeteria by the Booster Club. You're welcome to help yourself and come and visit and stay a little while and chat. But first, I'd like to thank everybody that helps during our winter sports season. Our sports program kind of runs on volunteer help. A lot of the other schools pay things to be done, but we still run on volunteer help and have for a long, long time. And we could not run this, the winter in particular. There's so many basketball games, wrestling, and junior high and high school events that we just need all that support that we can get. It's just great that everybody comes out and helps us. And I want to thank all those people. It take all day to read a list of everybody that helps. But the Booster Club pitches in and helps, but all the people that help keep score and do those little things that make our program go. And I really appreciate that. And thank you from the bottom of my heart. Hope you continue to do that as you, in the next few years as your sons and daughters go through our program. A couple things in asking about help, just a few announcements before we get started going right to the program. First thing coming up, April 6th, the track season's upon us. Finally today looked like a track day. And we have a junior high track meet April 6th. If anybody would like to help with that, we host it over at Burlington High School. We have the three Burlington junior highs, Danville, L&M, and of course ourselves. And we could use some help. A track meet takes a ton of people to work. And it's early in the season, but I've got some people, but if you're interested, you can see me. Give me a call at home in the next couple of days, and we'd be glad to put you to work in any capacity over at Burlington High School on April 6th, the junior high track meet, boys and girls. The Booster Club will meet Wednesday, April 4th. They still need some people to work concessions and help coordinate the summer programs, baseball and softball, both high school and junior high. If you have a son or daughter that are in those programs, you're going to get your refreshment. You can talk to any of the ladies in there and see if perhaps you're interested in coordinating that. It sounds like a lot of work, but just a matter of getting people to work it. You organize it, you don't have to do all the work yourself, but they need some summer coordinators for the concession stand and ticket takers this summer. And then also, the big event, one of our biggest events we have is our Barbara Crooks Golf Tournament coming up again this summer. In the April meeting, April 4th, I've been talking about that. That takes a lot of work and a lot of help getting door prizes, working out at the golf course, and that's coming up. And I've been talking about that in April, the next couple of meetings. If you have a chance on a Wednesday night at 7 o'clock, come on out and like to get involved in that. It's kind of fun. It's a lot of work, but it produces a lot of money for our Booster Club that goes right back to our athletic program. So without any further ado, we'll kind of go right through the program, and one coach will follow the other. And we'll start off first with Miss Susan Farrell in the high school cheerleader.
I am not their sponsor. Their sponsor, imagine that, thought it was more important to leave for her honeymoon today than be here for awards night. Anyway, what I can tell you is this. I have watched these girls throughout their season. Their season is rather short. They just have about 5 weeks of games. But I will tell you that for junior high girls, with this being their first experience of cheerleading, practice is nonstop. Okay? They even want to practice during science class. They practice at lunch. They practice after school. They get together at one another's houses and they practice. And their sponsor this year did a wonderful job of really promoting good basic skills and safety. And they looked wonderful. They looked great. I watched them practice several times, accidentally and otherwise. And they really, really enjoyed what they were doing, and it showed.
There's a wrestling cheerleader. That is so mature. There's another wrestling cheerleader.
Oh good, they split themselves up for me. Okay. This was kind of an unusual year. Some years you have such an overflow of cheerleaders that you have to cut people from squads, and that always hurts my feelings because I feel like anyone that wants to cheer ought to get to cheer. This year we had a little trouble with people leaving the squad. We lost some people for eligibility, we lost some people for injuries and illness, and so we ended up doing something a little bit different. This year we had 3 sophomores join our varsity team, and that was really unusual for us to have. And how many of you had cheered before? Raise your hand. Chrissy was the only sophomore who had cheered basketball before. Now Rhonda had cheered in the fall for football, but Amanda was brand new. So So this was a squad that started the season with some challenges, and not only did they meet those challenges, but they did a great, great job. Now, my freshman sophomore team was all freshmen. How many of you cheered in junior high? Yeah, and then we had one additional person, and that was Heather Nesbitt, who couldn't be here tonight, and Heather had not cheered before. So this was a very young squad, and they were really, really excellent. Anyone that came to a fresh softball game knows that they were very well coordinated. They knew their stuff really, really well. They were nice and loud. You knew they were present. They made an impact. I feel like they did a nice job of getting sometimes very small crowds into the game. So if you ever want to see really, really good basketball at a little bit younger age group, come and see a friend. Oops, sorry, Bethany. I'll get that to you. Okay, for Stephanie Jones, I have a cheerleading pin. For Beth Heyman, I have your numerals and a cheerleading pin. They received their numerals for the first athletic sport cheerleading season. And to my knowledge, is this not also your first athletic season? Yeah. This is her first athletic season as a Falcon. And so she gets her major letter, her numeral, and a cheerleading pin. For Christy Manus, this is her first varsity season, so she gets her major letter. Rhonda Prickett also gets her major letter. Even though she cheered for football in the fall, she cheered with the fresh soft squad, so this was her first varsity season. Rachel is not here. I have Ashley Carpenter. This is her first varsity season. Ashley was our lone junior, so if there are any more junior girls out there who would like to cheer next year, we'd love to have you. Okay. And then last but not least is Ashley Christie, and I saved her intentionally for last. Ashley Christie and Rachel Lively were my seniors, and they really epitomized the word leadership. I thought I was going to get through this a lot better this year than I did last year. I'm not gonna. I've had Ashley and Rachel with me for 4 years. Before that, I had them for 2 years as students. And the day that Ashley found out she had not made the freshman cheerleading team was probably the hardest day of her life in 8th grade. She did a really good job of keeping a smile on her face all day, but I knew she was very disappointed. And I remember saying to her that day, you know, Ashley, things change. You don't know for sure that there's not going to be a spot open up for you. Within the week, I got to invite her to cheer with me as a freshman. It was the best decision I've ever made. She is just wonderful. She is such a sparkling personality. She is such a strong leader. She is such a unique, well-rounded individual. And if you don't know this young lady, you're going to hear a lot about her in the future because she is going to do some great things. And I'm really, really glad to have her. Thank you.
I do want to thank the cheerleaders for being with us at that time. I would like to thank the booster club and the school for everything they have done for us this year. I would like to thank Paula Messmaker as one of the drivers of the bus. And then, of course, my little sweetheart that stays with me for many, many years, Mrs. Rugarber. And I do really appreciate that. This year, most coaches like when they start a program, we had 2 teams to combine, the freshmen and the sophomores this year. And it worked out pretty strong as far as the end of the season and everything else. We ended up almost with a half season, and any coach realizes that at the end of the year, if he can go 50-50, he's done well.
And emergency and couldn't be here tonight. He wanted me to read the following things about the 2000-2001 Falcons. This was one of the most fun years I've ever had coaching basketball. These kids played arguably the best half-court defense of any team that we have had at West Burlington. They also showed a willingness and desire to improve. A coach can't ask for much more of a team. Our seniors did an excellent job of setting the tone and being good examples. The fact that we only had 3 of them and the improvement that I've seen throughout this season makes me wish that practice started right now for next year. We might be able to argue that we're 1 quarter away from being state champions, and we need to thank Danville for keeping the dream alive in Southeast Iowa. It is my hope that the realization of Danville's dream motivates our program to strive even harder. I am proud of this team and the season that they put together. I'd now like to give the awards. Now, fortunately, at the varsity level, and as Mrs. Farrell did, it becomes very emotional. They're great young men. They're great products that we display out on the court for our school district and our community, and I just want to say how proud I am also of them. Nick Gieselman gets a major bar. Matt Law receives a major bar. Jason Cook, a major bar. Orlando Baylark, a major bar. Matt Billings, a major bar. Kyle Reed, a major bar. Tyler Potts, a major bar. Scott Nichols. Mr. Falcon basketball is the player that best represents the ideals on and off the court. What a deserving young man, Mr. Matt Law. We had some all-conference awards. We had 2 people make honorable mention all-conference, Matt Law and Kyle Reed. We also had 1 person make first team all-conference, Orlando Baylark. We also had Orlando Baylark chosen for the all-Hawkeye team, or KBUR all-area team, excuse me. Our academic all-conference awards will be announced at a later date. We have 3 other awards. Our captains, our 3 captains this year were Orlando Baylark, Matt Billings, and Nick Giesel. I think we would like to close in this manner. We have a large number of boys, grades K through 12, participating in boys basketball. We'd like to continue to challenge you to get involved in the summer activities, our summer programs, our before school shooting. You know, make ourselves a better player so next year we have to go through Danville, but we go through Danville and get to that state tournament. I want to thank these boys who are up here tonight and the rest of them who are for having a great year.
I have to say it was really a lot of fun reading about a West Burlington athlete wrestling up at state. I'd like to congratulate the boys basketball team and the coaching staff for a job well done. I know you took a young team and had a great year with them. If we were fighting for a playoff position in the NCAA tournaments, I'm sure they would have given it to us on your scheduling. Worked for Georgia, I'm sure it would have worked for us. I'd also like to thank the bus drivers for getting us to and back safely from the basketball games. I'd like to thank the parents who supported us and came to our basketball games. Yes, I would like to see more people at Fresh Off basketball games cheering us on. I'd like to see a lot more people at varsity games cheering us on. I myself need to spend more time there. I tend to leave at halftime. I think I need to spend a little more time there as well. I apologize to Coach Sayre. I did not make it to a wrestling meet this year, but I really wanted to get to one. I'm planning on it next year. I'd like to thank Jim Evans for taking my basketball team up to New London when I was sick and could not make it. I'd also like to thank him for his insight. He had a lot of ideas for me. I'd like to thank Coach Carter. Sometimes I was a little stressed out about the way my season was going, and she was there and gave me some support, a lot of ideas and things I could change, maybe possibly make things better. We started out our season a little rough. We were playing without 2 players who were up on varsity. We had 1 player playing with us who spent time practicing on varsity. So when she'd come down and play with us, we might do things a little bit differently than what they were doing. We had early problems. We threw the ball away an awful lot. We were a little leery about shooting. As the year went on, we got to where we could open up a little bit and shoot a little more. And we actually got tired of being pressed and kind of knocked around. We decided that we'd do a little bit of that ourselves. Anybody went up to Lone Tree saw that the referees up there just let anything go. And our girls got a little tired of being pushed around up there. And I think we had one of the Lone Tree girls that didn't finish the game. We were knocking them around pretty good too. We in school activities, as many as you can. I say this every year, you have a lifetime to work after you get out of high school. Enjoy high school activities while you can do it. Girls have played press-off basketball. Jade Walker, she'll be with varsity. Becky Evans, we're in pin and a minor bar. Renee Law, we're in a minor bar. Gloria Young, we're in a minor bar. Wendy Luckenbill, we're in a minor bar. Katie Westerman, we're in a pin and a minor bar. Laura Hummer, we're in a pin and a minor bar. Laura Cartel, pin and a minor bar. Raina Thornton, pin and a minor bar. Holly Burcham, pin and a minor bar. Holly spent a lot of time coming to practice. She was there every day. I don't think she missed a practice. She didn't get a lot of playing time. But she made that free throw down the point. It was one of the happiest moments of the year for me. Christina Rempe, we're in a pin and a minor bar. Thank you, girls.
I'd like to recognize, and if those of you that were there at our 6:30 starts would see or hear this young man sing, he's got an awesome voice. And I'd like to thank Chase Johnson for singing and actually.
Well done, Chase.
Awesome voice. Okay, he just does great. So hopefully he'll come back and do it again next year, because it sure was nice to have that start of games off. Just an excellent start. So I appreciate the time that he put into that. Talk a little bit about our season. We ended up 5-16 overall with a record that wasn't what we really had set out to do, but when you look at it from the standpoint that we had only 2 girls with varsity experience coming back, it was going to be a challenge. We had a lot of young kids that were playing, and as you look down our roster here, we have a lot of young kids that saw a lot of court time, and I hope had a lot of growing experiences through that time. I mean, I put them through some frustrating times and probably some frustrating positions, but I think it's going to benefit us down the road as the season progresses, in the years to come. Other things too, and I tell you, we had a lot of fun, even though the record probably didn't, turn out as well as what we would have liked to have. It's just an excellent group to work with, and so I'll go along and distribute our awards now. The people that received major bars this year, we have 2 seniors, Celine Nelson and Shayla Ramsdale. Our juniors, we had Morgan Bailey, Aaron Bussey, Michelle Mann, and Kate Walters. And 2 sophomores. sophomores that kind of went double duty for us, as Mr. Cromer mentioned earlier, and that was Stephanie Carlson and Jade Walker receiving the award. The next two young ladies I'll talk a little bit about. I put one, I know, in a very difficult position, bringing her up as a freshman and starting her about every game possible and saying, handle the press, do all these things, and trying to teach her a lot about basketball. But I'd say I think she's a group to work with. This group provided many special memories throughout the season. We did a lot of things that were for the first time for us, and it was an enjoyable group to work with. I would also like to take time to thank the parents for their support and also the sacrifices that they make throughout the season, because I think sometimes I see these kids probably more than their parents do. And I guess I hope they think that's good, but you never know sometimes. But I tell you, you have made them into pretty good young ladies to work with, and I appreciate that. It makes the day sure enjoyable when you can come to practice and look forward to it every day. And one other thing I need to say too before I let this group go, I need to speak a little about Selena and Shayla, two seniors that were with our program for 4 years and have made a commitment, and just excellent individuals to work with, very coachable. Ornery, but very coachable. They were just full of anything that would trip their trigger and make practices fun and games fun. They'll do well in life. There's no doubt in my mind that whatever they set out to do, they'll do it with the best that they can. I guess I would hope that most of the kids in our girls program and our junior high program will, like echoed before, will come and spend some time in the gym this summer, because that's the only way we can get any better is if we all work together. And that means parents, community, and the girls. So hopefully that will be there, and I thank you.
Great boys to please my friends play basketball. While they're coming, Dave, if Sarah asks you who that was that tackled that person up there, don't tell him or you'll lose them out of your program. I know where they'll be, so. This year. Before season started, we had 11 players, but before the first practice, we had one quit. The reason he quit was because he was too small, he said. Now, I wish the 8th graders up here so you can see the difference in size. We never scrimmage the 8th graders. There's a reason why. The first day of practice, I said, big guys go over there and work on stuff, and little guys over here. And I looked up, and all of them were over here. I had to explain to a few of them that they were big guys. We learned to play. We had a couple of games early in the year. One we lost by 36 points. One we lost by 38 points. Kind of frustrating. Except we played both those teams later. Yeah, we lost to both of them again, one by 4 points and one by 4 points. And so we improved tremendously. I don't know what to say about these guys, except they must have hearts about the size of their outer frame, because they wouldn't quit. There were times when they said to me, Coach, we still got a timeout. Maybe we can catch him. And we look at the scoreboard, and there's 30 seconds left, and we're down by 22 points. We're working on that 23-point shot, but we haven't got it down. Third day of practice, we're shooting layups, and I say, okay, guys, let's dribble it 2 times and shoot a layup. And he just goes in and runs in and shoots a layup. And I go, whoa, what's going on here? And as we got a little further along, I found out that his understanding of basketball, the only thing he knew was that you had to get the ball over the rim and in. And so Dylan is the most improved ball player for various reasons, but he played some tremendous ball for us for the years over, and all I got to say to these other guys is you better improve some too, because he's going to take some spots away, some playing time away from some of the guys. So, Brett Beatty.
This is Mr. Moffett.
I would especially like to thank the sports boosters for putting on an excellent tournament here for the 7th and 8th grade boys and paying for us to play in 2 other tournaments. I would like to thank the 9th graders that gave their personal time to come into practice with us in order to help make us a better team. If it wasn't for them coming to our practices, we probably would not have enjoyed the success that we had. I would like to thank Coach Van White for helping us out at practices and also for being my assistant at several games. I would like to extend a special thanks to the parents of this year's 8th grade boys team for their patience and their support after practices, during games, and after games. I would now like to introduce you to this year's 8th grade boys team. Guys, why don't you come up? A couple managers that helped us out at games that videotaped and were just really good help for me. Mary Slice and Holly Metcalf. Haley Holly, sorry. Okay, now here's the 8th grade boys team. A guard that helped us out a great deal in practice and in games when he was allowed to get the chance, Adam Brewer.
it's good to see all these kids out participating in sports. Dave Calvin wasn't able to attend tonight, so I'm going to hand out the awards for the junior high wrestlers. So if I can get them to come down here, and I'll give you your awards.
Basketball players are the wrestlers. Wearing jeans.
I have to be honest with you. I didn't get a chance to watch them wrestle many of their meets. I know that they worked very hard in practice, and Dave told me that they were, winning much more than they were losing, and that's excellent for such a young team that they are. I know some of them are wrestling in the AAU right now, and I'm not real sure how many are going to the state AAU tournament. I seen them practice tonight for the banquet, though. So I'll just hand out their awards. And hold your applause, please, until we get it all done. Journey This next young guy here, Mitch Dill, I should have mentioned that Mitch is another undefeated junior high wrestler with 11-0 record, and I believe his overall record is 29-0, and he's going to state tournament. Keep up good work, guys, and I hope to see you next year. Now can I get the high school wrestlers and high school wrestling cheerleaders done? No, I did not coach the cheerleading team. I'll hand out their awards. They did a good job. We were listening to them. They're on the corner. They were awful noisy on the bus. So they were fun to have around, though, and I hope to see them next year. Tracy Lowe, not here. Katie Smith. Mr. Velladay. They also received awards from the Iowa High School Athletic Association, if you guys want to show it to them. Thank you very much. I do know something about these guys, though. Finished the team. Finished the team with 6 wrestlers. We had a dual meet record of 5-12, which is phenomenal for giving up 42 points before even starting the meet. We took 5 wrestlers to the sectionals, and 4 of those brought back medals. We qualified 2 for districts, and we took 1 to state. They were a hard-working bunch of boys, dedicated, and they put up with me too. So that's an accomplishment in their own. I'll start off with Tyler Brobson. He's a freshman. He wrestled 103 and 112. Can you hear me with this thing? And he was a first-year wrestler. His overall record was 19 and 18, and he placed 3rd at sectionals.
Woo! Way to go, Tyler!
Marcos Perez isn't here, but I will mention that he is a sophomore. He's also a second-year wrestler. He had an overall record of 15 and 24 wrestling the 275-pound weight class, and I think he weighed 208 pounds by the end of the season. And he qualified for the district tournament. He got 4th there, but he did a great job. Next one is John Gajewski. John wrestled 135 pounds as a sophomore. It's a very tough weight class. There was a lot of, the 2 kids out of our sectionals went to state. So he did not place or get a medal at the sectional tournament. He did a very good job, and he's the one that was wrestled with Chris a lot in practice, and a lot of Chris's accomplishments go to John Gajewski, and he receives a major bar.
Woo! Woo! Good job!
Next one is my girl wrestler, Kathy. She's a senior, and she broke her collarbone in the middle of January, which was too bad. She cut down to 103 and was wrestling 112 a little bit. She had a tough time getting down to 3. That first tournament in New London, she brought a pair of scissors along. She was going to cut her hair off if she couldn't get back. But she did make it. She had an overall record of 14-7, and she receives a major bar. Next guy is Mike Gowdy, and if you remember what Mike Gowdy looked like 3 years ago, I don't know what happened to him. He lost probably about 40 pounds over it, and he's really developed a superior work ethic. Got down to 215 and wrestled. He was one of those guys that was wrestling seniors, inexperienced. A lot of his matches he was winning when he got in some trouble and would get beat. But his record does not reflect his ability at all. He finished with a 13-23 record, but he also placed 3rd at the sectional tournament, and he receives a major bar. I saved the next guy for last, not because he's the best by any means, but Chris did a fantastic job. You guys read about him in the paper this year. He wrestled 119 pounds. He cut down. We had to get a waiver, but he was about 3% body fat. He was not in danger level at all. He had an overall record of 38-3. He was a conference champion, sectional champion, district champion, and he's also 3rd place in the state of Iowa, which is unbelievable. He was also selected for the All-Hawk Island team and a KBUR All-Prep team, and he did a phenomenal job, and I hope he keeps up the good work. In closing, I'd like to thank the administration for all their support they've given us, Mr. Bowen and Mr. Nelson for showing up at the sectionals, districts tournament, and a state tournament. Really surprised us to see us up there, see him up there, but it was the kids really liked seeing that. And for you people that haven't come to a wrestling meet, hope you can make it. And for you young men that aren't sure what you want to do next winter, give us a chance. Thank you very much.
Smile.
Getting ready for the Nationals.
I have to go get my speech and write out like some kind of note cards. So I'll have like Cindy hold the note cards while you're filming.
Joe, what do you think? Are you happy?
Say, am I fat? Am I fat? Am I fat? Yes, I am. I'm gonna go get the other halter too.
Oh my gosh. I'm free! Yes!
Why do you guys leave that on? You're not supposed to leave him on. It leaves marks on his face. As if he doesn't have enough marks on him already.
Because we bring him over here, and that way we know we catch up with him.
Oh, he'll come to you. Won't you? Because you're a sweet, sweet horse. You need a bath. And you need to shave.
Need to shave.
You want to shave? You want to shave? Yes? Yes? You want to shave? Oh, see? Oh, that's my feet.
Mr. Lips there. Joe!
I'm sure a lot of horses are wearing you.
Joe!
That'd be so funny.
Nice butt.
He's a little upset.
He's upset?
Yeah, he just threw his head. He's like, get off me. This is your warning.
I'm gonna dump you here in a minute.
It's like Jaharin.
Keeps going around in circles. Joe! He's acting horsey.
Because he knows I have no control over what he does.
Joe.
Why
Are
don't
you being
dump me, huh?
Are you being ornery?
No, he's being good. He hasn't dumped me. You like, get off me.
He just exhaled really
I know.
funny.
Get off me, please. You're so fat. You're fat, you're too, Joe. I'm gonna get...
Here, Easter Bunny! Don't run away! Where's my Easter eggs? It always helps to have a treat.
Oh, that's right. Come to mama. Come to mama. That's right.
Sorry!
Brandon. I know. Okay.
Tasty. Oh.
Yeehaw! Have you ever wanted to ride a horse? Well, if so, first things first. He needs to be saddled properly before you can go for a ride. First, I'll introduce you to the horse, and then I'll talk about the equipment, and last but not least, we'll saddle him. Okay. First thing that you have to do is you have to catch the horse and tie up the horse, which I've already done to save some time. Okay. Third thing you need to do is brush the horse. You want to brush him you want to go with the hair. You want to brush him to keep all the dirt and burrs and stuff, because if you don't brush him, the sores will form, and that makes for an uncomfortable ride for him. Okay. Joe is about 6 years old, and his name was different kind of Doc, and then we named him Cotton Eye Joe, but his barn name we just call him Joe. So this is Cotton Eye Joe. Equipment that we'll be using is saddle pad, saddle blanket, the saddle, which consists of breast collar, girth belt, surcingle, and stirrups, and tie down, and a headstall. Okay. Now we're going to put the saddle pad on first. pad should be clean, also absorbent from sores and such. And you want to place it high up on the withers, because that's where the saddles should be sitting. Should be even on both sides. Okay, the blanket goes on top of that. Saddle pad is a lot of comfort for the horse, so it's something you really need. The blanket's just for color. Okay. Now, this is the saddle, and I like to go from one side and throw everything over to make it a lot easier. Okay. The two should be even and high up on the hithers. Okay. Some events that you can do are pole bending, barrel racing, and go tying. First thing you want to tighten is the breast collar. Like so. Okay, and then you want to go girth belt. Now, there's some rules about the girth belt, such as you want to make sure that it's not too tight so the horse can't breathe, but you don't want it so loose that it falls off. And so a good rule of thumb is to have 2 fingers in between the horse and the girth belt. A lot of horses, like Joe, when you tighten the girth belt, like to hold their breath. He doesn't like this very much. No, I'm sorry. You should actually tighten it twice, once while you're putting it on, and then right before you ride. You need to tighten the surcingle. Okay. The next part is to put on the headstall and the bridle. Don't forget to attach your breast collar to your girth belt. Okay. Put the tie down on first. The tie down's purpose is to keep the horse's head from throwing and keeps them from rearing. Just goes over their nose. Some are different, but this one just goes over the nose and over the ears. Like that. It also goes where breast collar is tightened. Okay, and now you put on the headstall. Something about the headstall is you want to make sure that you don't force it into the horse's mouth, and it just goes up and over the ears. It includes the bit and the headstall, or the bridle part of it, the throat latch, and the reins. Okay. This is just a simple snaffle bit. So it's all one easy motion. Okay, tighten the throat latch. Okay. You want to check your stirrups to make sure that they're the right height for the rider. I've already done that. And you want to tighten the girth belt one more time before you go for a ride. he thinks it's tight enough. So, yeah. Okay. I'd like to thank my cameraman, my mom, and my sister. And this is something that you always can. So if it seems a little difficult to saddle a horse at first, and because there are so many steps, but the thrill and the experience make it all seem worthwhile. Yeehaw! Cindy, you are terrible. Okay. Yeehaw! Oh, which one was I supposed to tell you?
I already filmed.
I'm sorry.
Let's go.
Yeehaw! Have you ever wanted to ride a horse? Well, first things first. The horse needs to be saddled properly before you can go for a ride. First, I'll introduce you to the horse, and I'll show you the equipment, and last but not least, we'll saddle him. Okay. The first step is to catch the horse and tie him up and save some time. I've already done that for you. The third step is to brush the horse and clean out his hooves. I've already cleaned out his hooves and brushed them down pretty good, but I want to show you, to brush the horse, you have to go like with the hair and stuff. And actually using a curling comb, you can go around to get out all the loose hairs. You want to do that because it can cause a lot of sores, and that makes for an uncomfortable ride for him. Some of the equipment that I'm going to be using is saddle pad, saddle blanket, the saddle, which includes the breast collar, girth belt, stirrups, and a surcingle, tie down, and the bridle. The bridle includes the headstall part, the bit, throat latch, and rings. So, let's start. You want to get saddle pad even on both sides and even enough high up on the hithers, and you want to do the same with the saddle blanket, and the saddle blanket just has color. This horse's name is Joe, and he is 6 years old. His registered name is Different Kind of Duck, and his bar name's Joe, but we call him Cotton Eye Joe. So this is Joe. After you put the saddle pad on, you want to put the saddle on. Pretty easiest way to do it is put everything on one side and throw it over. Now, just like the saddle pad and blanket, you want to keep it high up on the hithers. And fits right about up there. Okay. Okay. The saddle has the breast collar. And that's probably the first thing that you should tighten, in case you have a crazy horse, and this keeps it from falling off if he decides to somehow take off. Next, you want to tighten the breast collar, or the girth belt. Now there's some rules to the girth belt, such as you don't want it to be too loose that it would allow the horse to wobble around and the saddle fall off, but you don't want it so tight that the horse can't breathe. A good rule of thumb for this would be to have 2 fingers in between the horse and the belt. Horses hold their breath too, So before you get on to ride, you should actually tighten it twice. Once here and then once right before you get on. He thinks it's tight enough. Next, you need to do the surcingle. Not all saddles have this, but a lot of barrel saddles do. This keeps it from the back of the saddle coming up if the horse stops suddenly. Keeps the rider in place from flying forward. Okay, that's pretty good for the saddle. Next is the tie down. Okay. Tie down keeps the horse's head low and keeps it from throwing its head and rearing, which can also cause the rider to fall. This one just goes over the head. Some of them go in the mouth. And it comes down here along with the bottom of the breast collar and attached to the girth belt. Okay. Next is the bridle. The bridle is really difficult for some people to put on, and it's a pretty, you have to get accustomed to it. The bit needs to go in the mouth without forcing it into the horse's mouth, and the head stall has to go over the ears, and it's all in one fluent motion. So hold the head stall up above the head, hold it down here, just easy. Yeah, good job. Okay, you need to tighten the throat latch. Okay, and you can check the stirrups to make sure that they are the right length for the rider and stuff. I've already checked them for my height and stuff. And tighten girth belt one more time before you go. Okay. Now all you have to do is mount the horse. And I'd like to thank my cameraman, Debbie, and my sister Cindy. Well, it might seem a little difficult at first because of all the steps that are involved in
Youth of the Year is going to be coming up, and we're understanding, I believe, right now that we are, if I'm correct, on the public address system at Notre Dame High School. Hello to everybody at Notre Dame, and we will tell you that the Youth of the Year is from Notre Dame. So we're going to be getting, but that is going to be coming up, and that'll be our very special guest at the end of this segment. So our Youth of the Year, as we build a little suspense, of course, the Youth of the Year was named last night at the Youth Appreciation Week banquet. We have Chris King. He's been with us, in fact, has 3 days in the morning. Chris, sort of the spokesperson for a number of people that helped put together the Youth of the Year competition, the banquet, all of that sort of thing. The Burlington Optimist Club has been doing this for a number of years and has been, I know, receiving awards pretty regularly for all that they have done to honor youth in our community. But Chris, I think he's told me yesterday 82 different people nominated for Youth of the Year.
I can't remember if it was right at 80 or if it was just over 80 to 82, which we've been handing the award out with the scholarship, I believe, since 81. So a number of years, and like you said, this is our big event for the years, the Youth Appreciation Banquet, as it should be. We're an organization centered on helping youth, assisting youth, recognizing youth. So this is the biggie, and we do usually get some kind of recognition for having one of the best banquets in the state, if not the best, which, you know, I guess that's neither here nor there. Nobody really knows comparatively who we're up against. I guess it doesn't matter, but last night went very well, and Tammy Deach, the chairperson this year, I'm sure was very relieved this morning when she woke up and realized it was all over, because it is quite the undertaking. Happy Joe Whitty was down last night, the founder of Happy Joe's Pizza, and had some really good words to say about our youth as well. That's one of the things that he does a lot of now. It's the family business now, and he's no longer, you know, really active in that part. He just does a lot of appearances, and it was good to hear from him.
Well, as we talked about, and Chris has been here, we've had a number of these young people with us, some representatives of them, over the past few days, and as we talked about it, this really is a chance to really put a spotlight on all of the positive. This is one where there is no negative. This is pretty much all pure positive. The good side, all of the things that youth do, and the outstanding youth in our community, and really showing that positives, when they're coming to youth, they don't get the publicity for the most part, but boy, they really are important.
And that's part of the reason we're active in getting them here with you. We're active in getting them on the air on cable channel 7. That actually should have started about 10 minutes ago, the tape of the banquet last night. And also in this Sunday's paper, there will be a full-page spread in the Hawkeye with their pictures, and then, of course, the Youth of the Year's picture and the finalists designated as such. So it's up to the organization to get the spotlight on them, because they're not going out and doing anything sensational to people as far as damage to their lifestyle. So I guess that means it's not as important, but that's not the case. So we come to you guys, and you're very helpful in announcing that these youth are active. They're helping the community in great ways.
They're role models for not only their peers, but they're role models for all of the kids that are coming up through the school system as well.
And I see how hard they work, and I don't think I ever worked that hard in school.
All right. There are some very good things, and we're going to have, Chris is going to be joining us again. We're going to be meeting all of the youth. I think we have one of our finalists who is not going to be here. Is that right?
Yeah, from Burlington Community High School, Dan Shivapur got accepted to Dartmouth, I believe, and I think he is doing activities there. So definitely a slightly higher calling than to be here today, so he's working on college stuff.
Well, we're glad to have to award, and I mentioned that Dan Shevapur is from Burlington High School. We have two other representatives from Burlington High School. Elizabeth Presley was here with us, I believe, Wednesday, or was it Tuesday? It was Tuesday of this week. And we also have with us Brittany Walter. She was here along with Elizabeth. And from Burlington Christian School, we have Shelley Fox with us. And we're going to start with Shelley, as a matter of fact, and find out a little bit about her and just a little bit about who you are. First off, tell me about your family.
I have an older brother and an older sister, and my dad drives truck for WW.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about how were you nominated? Who nominated you, and why were you nominated? Do you know?
I was nominated for music and junior class academics.
Okay, tell me a little bit about, okay, and more? No. Okay, we're talking about I was getting don't cut her off, Steve, you go. There's more stuff here, all right. So you, and what sort of things, activities, and what sort of things are you involved in?
I teach a preschool Sunday school class, and I'm active in my youth group, and I do a lot of babysitting, and I do something like community service and stuff like that. So
you're active in the community as well as obviously in the school and in your family and in your church, and very busy. We've got you are what year are you in school?
I'm a junior.
You are a junior. Do you know do you know yet what you're going to do for college? It's sort of something off at the beginning. Do you have any idea what you might like to do with your life?
I want to do something with children, but I'm not quite sure what it is yet.
All right. Well, we'd like to congratulate Shelley Fox, Burlington Christian School, one of the 10 outstanding youth, and the finalists for Youth of the Year. Congratulations, and it's going to look nice on your resume when whatever college you do decide that you're going to send it to. We have Elizabeth Presley with her. She is the daughter of Ron Presley, who is the pastor at Oak Street Baptist Church and regularly heard on KBUR at 11:55 on Saturday morning. Got to get a plug-in for Ron's show at the same time. Burlington High School, you are a senior, is that right?
Yes.
And we talked a little bit when you were on the air about some of the activities you're involved in, but if you could give us another idea, some of the things that you are involved in?
As much as I have time for. National Honor Society, Student Council, Empty Bowls, the art club. I also teach a Sunday school class, teaching the Awana program at our church, and so I do a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff, and you are going to be going where to college?
I'm going to be going to Knox College in Galesburg next year. So.
And I believe to be a kindergarten teacher, is that right?
Yes, elementary ed.
Elementary education.
Not quite sure what grade yet, but...
Okay, and how did you decide that? Is that just something you like working with kids?
I've always liked working with kids. It's something I wanted to do since like 2nd grade, so that's something that's been my life goal. I just always wanted to work with children and love to teach, so...
Didn't get a chance to mention brothers and sisters?
Yes, I have a younger sister who plays soccer and is a sophomore this year at BHS.
All right, so having this honor, being one of the 10 finalists, what does that mean to you?
Well, it means that, I don't know, I can't imagine that there are only, 9 other people that are better than I am. I don't know, it's just gonna... Surely I won't make the top 10 because there's gonna be somebody out there, but it is a great honor, and I'm glad that, people have recognized me, because it's not like I try exceptionally hard. School's always come easy for me, but I do like to be involved and stuff like that, so... It's a great honor.
Congratulations, Elizabeth Presley. We have Brittany Walter with us. She was also here on Tuesday. Brittany, hello. Tell us a little bit about your family again.
I have a younger brother who is 15, a sophomore at BHS, and a younger sister who is 14 and 8th grade at James Madison.
And let's see, are you a senior? Is that
I'm
right?
a junior.
You are a junior, okay. And you have an idea, though, where you want to go to school, though, don't you?
Yeah, I'm not positive, but I'm looking into engineering, chemical engineering, and Iowa State maybe, but I'm not really sure.
All right. You like math? You really like math
I like
and
math and
science?
science. I said that last time, too, I know, and you didn't believe me, but...
No, I believe it. How could anybody like math? Chris and I got into radio because, well, usually Matt, you use math and science all the time.
60 seconds, that's all we need to do.
It is, as you make plans for your future, tell us a little bit about some of the activities. Do you have a favorite activity? What was your favorite school activity? Was there a favorite school?
Careful.
Outside, I love sports. I was nominated for volleyball. I love volleyball and track. I ran track the past 2 years. I didn't run this year. And soccer. And outside sports too. I like to swim and do other stuff. I like to be outside. I don't have really a lot of free time. I do a lot of stuff.
Well, that is true. Very, very few people have much free time. But good luck in your whatever your chosen career, and congratulations to you, Brittany. Congratulations to Elizabeth, and to, of course, Shelley. Congratulations. Good luck, and congratulations on being one of the outstanding youth of the year. We're going to take a break and be returning with some students from West Burlington High School right after this. Optimist Club, and we are honoring the outstanding youth of our area. We have 3 more of the finalists, and all 3 joined us earlier this week. I believe it was on Monday, actually, that we had Ashley Christie and Jennifer Connell, and also Catherine Johnson with us. We were just talking about the fact that, of course, Dan Shivapur, the only male, the only man, boy, whatever we want to call it, the only male out of the 10 finalists, so I'm not sure what that says. We're going to ask Chris King about that, but obviously these young ladies are very involved in their school and outside of school, and they are all deserving to be Youth of the Year. They're all finalists. We have Ashley Christie with us. Ashley, let's find out a little bit more about you. First off, tell us about your family.
I have 2 wonderful parents, an older brother and an older sister, both married with 2 kids apiece. My sister's expecting her 2nd. I have a large extended family, so we have a lot of family gatherings, very close-knit.
Are you, is your family all pretty much within this area, or?
For the most part. My mom has a couple brothers and sisters, one in Arizona, one in Maine.
Okay. You are a senior, is that right?
Yes.
So you are all set, making plans to get
Yeah,
going?
I think so, yeah.
What are your college plans?
I'm going to go to SCC for a couple years and then head probably to UNI or ISU to major in elementary education and journalism mass communications.
All right, with the idea of being?
Kindergarten or first grade, preferably, and writing on the side with hopes to be published someday.
Wow, so that's, you know, so you've got things pretty well all mapped out, lined up, and ready to go. So I guess that, as you look at activities that you've been involved in, have you been involved in journalism activities at school?
Yeah, currently I am the editor of our yearbook and newspaper staff. So I do a lot of that, and I'm in a creative writing class, so I write a lot. Outside of school, I've been involved in several poetry competitions. On the web, some of my things are posted throughout places up east. I've been involved.
All right. Well, congratulations to Ashley Christie from West Burlington, one of our top 10 finalists. As we move to Jennifer Connell. Jennifer is with us as well. West Burlington High School, School of West Burlington, smaller school. Have you been a student at West Burlington all your life?
Not all my life. I came here in the 5th grade. So.
Okay. And describe a little bit about some of the activities you've been involved in at West Burlington.
I've been involved in Student Council, National Honor Society, the Drama Department, the Music Department, pretty much everything you can be involved in.
All right. In your family again?
I have a father and a mother, Kevin and Kathy, an older sister, and a younger brother.
And as you look at back at your high school years, do you have a favorite memory? Is there a favorite memory of any of the things that you've been involved in? Has there been a proudest moment? Is there something that you feel especially good about?
Probably just being a part of Seeds Amongst the Stones. It's a local peace organization. My goal in life is to preserve peace and teach tolerance, so that's given me the most joy to be a part of.
All right, and you are a senior.
Yes.
And you are planning on doing what?
Attending University of Iowa next year for at least 4 years, major in political science and history, and then hopefully go on to an Ivy League school and get a master's in political science and history also.
All right, with the idea of doing what for your life work?
I'm not sure of the exact job, but I'd like to be affiliated with the Holocaust Memorials.
Okay.
So.
All right, well, outstanding youth, congratulations, Jennifer Connell, and good luck wherever you may do. We have the coughing person here. No, sorry. Couldn't resist. Catherine Jansen. She's going to be a doctor and she's going to treat. No, I'm just kidding. Catherine, tell us a little bit. You are at West Burlington High School. You are a senior as well.
Yes.
And you are planning on going where for college?
Wartburg College in Waverly, Iowa.
Okay. With the idea of becoming what?
I'll do the pre-med program in biology, and I want to be a doctor.
Okay.
And so after Wartburg, I get to go to school again. So.
Okay. Doctor is a tremendous amount of difficulty. Do you watch ER on Thursday nights? By the way?
Well, I don't get to watch a lot of TV, but I do like to watch the show and stuff.
No, I'm just saying. So you are. And have you done some interning? Have you done some work at the hospital? Some understanding of what goes into
I've
being a doctor?
volunteered at the hospital some and everything, and a lot of my friends of the family and so are doctors and or nurses.
Okay.
And so I get involved.
What specialty? You have radiology? Is that what I think you told me?
I was looking at radiology, but I don't think they get to see a lot of people, and I like to meet new people, and so I'm open for ideas.
Okay, maybe a GP or maybe
maybe a general practitioner. Yeah.
Practitioner, or maybe an ER? No, probably not. Tell me about your family.
My mother's Debbie and my father's John. I have an older brother who's in Wartburg right now, Chad. My brother Christopher Johnson, and I have a younger sister, Cindy.
All right, we're going to kind of ask you a similar question that we asked Jennifer. When you look back at all of your years at West Burlington, do you have a favorite memory? What will be the memory you take away from West Burlington? Do you have one?
There isn't just one. There were some times though that I've thought at the time that it was bad, but now I wouldn't change anything.
Okay.
I'm glad everything I have.
All right, so you've got positive memories and ready to go and become a doctor and take on the world. All right. Congratulations to you, Catherine Johnson. Congratulations to Jennifer Connell. Congratulations to Ashley Christie. Good luck, all of the finalists for Youth of the Year for West Burlington High School. We've got more of our finalists and our Youth of the Year coming up next on Burlington's Talk Show. Joined by more of the outstanding Youth of the Year finalists, and we have representatives from Notre Dame High School, and we're joined by Jennifer Berry. She was here, I believe, on Wednesday morning. Also, we have Sarah Hammer with us, and we have Molly Hill with us. We're going to start right now, and actually before we move on, Chris King, it is impossible not to notice, as I mentioned during our last segment, that the 10 finalists include nine
ladies,
women.
say it. It's okay. Yeah.
9 ladies, and one male. I'm not sure what this says, but
this is a really touchy spot. You know, right here I can say a lot of things to make myself look bad, or I can just say, yeah, we sure do. We've got 9 ladies and 1 guy.
we just happen to have a real lot of outstanding young women. Is what we have.
That's exactly right.
All right, we're not going to touch anymore. We've got anyway, Sarah Hammer. Congratulations, being one of the finalists, Notre Dame. Tell me a little bit about, first off, your family. Tell me about your family.
Okay, my mom, Patricia Hammer, my dad, Evan Hammer, and I have 2 younger sisters, Beth and Stephanie.
Okay, and what year are you in school?
I am a senior.
And tell me about your activities. Obviously, a lot of activities.
Yeah, basketball, volleyball, tennis, and dance. I love sports. And student council, National Honor Society, art club, ecology club, all those good things.
All right, very busy, very active. Is there any one of those activities that you look back at as any more special, or something that you really want to, when you look back at maybe 10 years from now, that you think, hey, wow, this was really something special?
Basketball, I love that sport, and that's just something that I'm glad I did. And also, I am the senior class president, and I'm glad I got to work with all of the seniors and help out with our class trip and prom and stuff like that.
All right. You are obviously a senior. You've got plans for college, correct?
Yes. Well, I want to go into pharmacy, and I think I'm going to stay here at SUC for 2 years and get my pre-pharmacy stuff out of the way. And I think then I'm going to head on to Iowa and go to pharmacy school there.
Wow. I was telling somebody yesterday that, when I was going to be, when I was in high school, I was going to be a pharmacist. That was what I was going to be.
Yeah.
And you know what? Then I was going to be a lawyer.
And now?
And now, here I am. Anyway, good luck. Congratulations again. We have Jennifer Berry with us. Jennifer was with us on Wednesday morning, for those of you that were around at that time, at just after 9:05. Jennifer, tell us again about your family.
My dad is Steve Berry, and my mom is Carrie Berry, and I'm an only child.
You are an only child, but very involved in activities. You got lots of sisters that you have at Notre Dame. Is that right?
Yeah.
Tell me some of the activities that you've been involved in at Notre Dame.
Concert choir, show choir, jazz band, dance team, yearbook, National Honor Society, just a lot of stuff like that. Speech.
Very, very, very full life. As you look back, is there any one of those activities that you will remember any more than the others?
I think dance team, because this was one of the first years for it, and we did really well. We went to the state dance team competition in Des Moines, and we got a 1 rating, which is the highest that you can get, and so we did really well.
All right. You are a senior?
Yes.
And you are going to be heading to where?
Western Illinois University.
With the idea of becoming?
Becoming a kindergarten teacher.
And why a kindergarten teacher?
I love little kids, and I think that I'm a positive role model for people, and I think that I can be a good influence on younger kids.
All right. Fantastic. Would you like to have lots of kids of your own, too? Is that right? Okay. Just if you love little kids, of course.
Only children always have
Yeah, isn't that
Exactly.
That's my experience.
I think that is true. I'm not sure whether it is or not, but Chris said so, so it must be.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Anyway, congratulations again.
Thank you.
Good luck and best wishes on being exactly what you dream of being. We are joined with, can I have drum roll, please? And now, the Outstanding Youth of the Year. Congratulations, Molly Hill. Hello, Molly.
Hi.
It is a pleasure to have you with us. Tell me a little bit about the feelings that you had last night at the banquet when you were named the Youth of the Year. Did you have any feeling it was coming? Did you have a gut? Tell me about it.
Well, actually, no. It was a huge honor. All of the finalists were so impressive. All of their resumes just were outstanding. So I really wasn't suspecting it at all. And it's a great honor to have this sort of an opportunity.
All right. Notre Dame is a small school. It is a parochial school. It is a school that has been highly regarded for its academics, highly regarded for its activities and sports and that sort of thing. I guess when you were, have you been at Notre Dame? Have you been at Notre Dame for all of your, or in the Burlington school system, or Burlington Catholic school system?
Well, actually, I attended course school for elementary school. So I've been in the public schools and in the Catholic schools. I just came to Notre Dame when I was in 6th grade.
Okay, so was it a decision? Do you know how your parents came to the decision to send you to Notre Dame?
Well, actually, my parents completely decided that they wanted me to go there, but I'm really, really glad they made that decision. I think it's created so many opportunities for me, and I wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for all of my teachers and all the staff and all of my friends. They really have made my years in high school great.
All right, well, let's talk a little bit about what sort of things you've been involved in, obviously, in high school.
I play sports. I play tennis. I played basketball for 3 years. I was a cheerleader this year, and I play volleyball. And I'm the president of Student Council, and the vice president of National Honor Society, and the vice president of Seeds Amongst the Stones. I'm a peer mediator. I'm involved in Grade A+. Let's see, I like to help out around the school. I volunteer my time at West Burlington to work with the special ed kids because I plan on becoming a special ed teacher.
You know, we have these outstanding youth, and they have these resumes and this incredible schedule that you have so many things that are going on. Do you ever have a time where you feel like just overwhelmed, that you've just got too many things on the plate, and how can I possibly keep going?
Definitely, but that is where the great staff and teachers and friends come in. You know, they cut you some slack. They know that you're going through a tough time, especially as seniors with graduation coming up, but they're really, really great about, you know, helping me out.
All right, senior, Notre Dame, you're going to be going on to college?
Yes.
Where are you going to go?
I'm going to go to St. Ambrose University in Davenport, and I'm going to major in special ed, and I'm going to minor in communication.
With the idea of becoming?
A special ed teacher.
And why is that something that you chose?
Well, I knew that I wanted to go into teaching, but I wanted to challenge myself a little bit more, and I think that with my creativity and patience that I would be good working with kids that have a little bit more trouble learning.
All right, you're almost at the end. You're all going to be when is graduation day, by the way?
May 27th.
Does anybody know exactly how many days that is?
Hours, minutes?
31.
31 days. I can see the calendars on their dressers at home.
This is your last summer. This is going to be your last summer before you go and split off in all kinds of different directions. You guys have any special plans for this summer? Are you working? Are you doing any...
Sarah and I both work at the Dairy Queen, so I'm sure we'll be there quite a bit. Yeah.
Okay. And what about...
And I work at disc jockey.
Okay. So no special plans for ways to kind of make this special this summer, the final summer, I guess, before you split off. And anyway, we want to congratulate Molly Hill. Again, Molly, I don't think we asked you about your family. Tell me about your family.
Sure. My dad's name is Robert Hill, and I have a mom. Her name is Teresa Hill. And I have two younger brothers. Names are Kaylin and Spencer.
All right. We want to congratulate all of these fine, outstanding nominees. Molly Hill, Youth of the Year, congratulations especially to you. And again, congratulations to Jennifer Berry and Sarah Hammer from Notre Dame, and to all of our outstanding youth. Want to mention them again. From Burlington Christian School, Shelley Fox. From West Burlington High School, Ashley Christie, Jennifer Connell, and Catherine Johnson. From Burlington High School, Dan Shimapur, the lone male in a senior. Elizabeth Presley and Brittany Walter. And again, Notre Dame High School, Jennifer Berry Sarah Hammer, and the Youth of the Year, Molly Hill. And thanks to Chris King. Chris, obviously, another fine year and another outstanding group of representatives of the good and the wonderful youth of our community.
That's right. Burlington does very well as far as the teachers and the sponsors of the activities go with getting these students nominated, and then with following up on this. It's really impressive every year to see how many parents show up with their kids and how many of the teachers are there. Of course, my wife's a teacher, so sometimes I sit at the tables with teachers, and I'm so very happy that I have a job that isn't a teacher, because they deal with a lot, and there's the pluses and the minuses, and this is a big plus for them. And so it doesn't only stay with the students, it goes to all the staff at the schools, and it's really a celebration of what can be done when everything is done well.
All right, fantastic. By the way, before we go and end this segment, I want to tell all of you parents and grandparents and aunts and uncles and anyone who would like to have this audio, the audio of this interview with all of our special guests during this segment, very simply set your video tape recorder, set your VCR tonight to record. If you haven't done it already for this segment, set it tonight to record at midnight and set it to record that hour, and you will have the entire talk show with all of the interviews of all the guests. You'll have the audio portion of it, but again, Burlington Cable Television, that is AT&T Cable in Burlington, set it to record Channel 7 tonight at midnight, and see, and everybody will have, that's our tip of the day going out to everyone who wants to hold on to this memory. Thanks again to Chris King and to all of our nominees and outstanding youth again, Molly Hill. That's this segment. We've got some special guests talking about Small Business Appreciation Week coming up next on Burlington's Talk Show.